Lance, just to start off, I guess how would you just evaluate the way your team played today?
Very poorly. Disappointing. We're out executing all three phases. That's disappointing considering I thought we had a good week of preparation. And they out executed us. They out physicaled us. And it's disappointing. And that comes back to me. So it starts with me, ends with me. And so I've got to find a way to do a better job.
After a game like this, I guess, what is your message to the team in the locker room?
Well, a lot of things, and some of those will stay in the locker room. But, we're going to, move past this as quickly as we can. We're going to own what's on film. And like I just said, it starts with me, so I have to look at myself, and I ask them to look at themselves. And before you look back at anything else we talk about that each and every day in our program about, blaming and deflecting and all those things. And, that's human nature many times. So we try to negate that as quickly as we can and start with ourselves and own what has to happen and find a way to get better. And we will do that. And, there's guys on the sideline literally in tears. They want to compete so bad, and they're frustrated and want to see us do better because they care so much. And that means a lot, and it means a lot to me and our coaches and to other guys. We got to make sure that we have that spread throughout this program.
Mention that. Is that something that you ever noticed last season, or is this one of the first times you've seen that?
You mean about tears or?
Just that.
No, I think that wouldn't be fair if I said, guys care. It's just a matter, days like this doesn't build character. Of course, what's it do? It reveals it. It reveals where we're at. It's going to reveal where we move forward. And the exciting thing, the disappointing thing is, we have people from bowls and things coming to check out this football team. They didn't get a chance to really see what this team's about. But they'll see how we respond and go because the time that we have in the play, we're going to be better. And, one thing I did say to them, we've got to find a better way to understand and react when we play opponents that kind of have their backs to the wall a little bit in some ways. And it's been numerous times, and that's the great thing about our conference right now. But we've run into teams coming off losses as well and certain things there, and they've really responded well. And I don't know if we're matching that punch for punch.
Lance, you mentioned during Hawk Talk that you thought the quarterback decision would be a game-time one. Is that how it played out? And then how'd you come to the decision to start Jalen?
Well, yeah, game time meaning mainly now you're going to keep going on it with me, aren't you? And it's going to be, that's if Jalen Daniels, we're at a point where Jalen practiced the most he ever had, and if he came out of warm-ups feeling well, he was going to start. Jason did not practice much, really the first 2.5 days of the week, practiced more as we went along. But again, I feel that repetitions are important for him, and I don't know if that had been in the best position. And Jalen was able to go, and he wasn't out for the year.
How would you evaluate how Jalen did in his first start?
There was a little rust. I think you could see that with some throws, but all in all, I think he got more comfortable. He didn't want to come out because he wanted to keep working through some things. He knows he needs some more live play, but that's a balancing act, especially with somebody that's, has been injured, and you look at the score versus just getting him playing time, and so we made a decision that we're going to try to, depending on the snaps, we're looking at the end of by the time the third quarter had gotten where it was, probably pull him early fourth. So, yeah, he did some things. I think we'll have to see how he feels early in the week and kind of take it from there.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do you feel like it's the same sort of see how it goes this next week?
It's too early to tell. I may know. Hopefully, I'll answer that better for you on Monday. But yeah, it'll be like, let's see how they're all feeling right now by Tuesday. And again, that's a lot of football teams in the country have this right now. Okay, we didn't tackle well. Well, how are we going to tackle, 13 weeks into this and, limited, you're not going to sit there and live scrimmage on Tuesday or Wednesday. I mean, but you got to find ways to drill and fundamentally be sound. And same thing at the quarterback position. We have to find enough ways to get 2 to 3 guys reps based on health.
Hey, Lance, you guys have had a few games this year where you've gotten down, but you've kind of found ways to get back into it. Like Baylor, you got down big and then made it competitive.
Yeah.
I guess what was different today, and you seem to allude a little bit, maybe I'm reading into this wrong, but maybe a little effort-wise that you weren't happy with?
No, I don't. I'm not faulting effort right now or strain. I'm not going to go down that road at all until I really watch the film. And if I see it, it's hard to, when you're watching all. A quick second, when we had the illegal man downfield, a touchdown call back and then miss a field goal, I think that really deflated us. Again, we missed now, 3 or 4 consecutive field goals. And I think that really takes a lot out of our team, especially in a game like this. But that's not the sole reason. But we're finding a way to kind of get closer there, and of course we did.
And then I did want to ask about, I guess, the targeting hit that Jalen took. It looked like you were pretty upset about that, and obviously the flag had already been thrown, but I guess could you speak maybe to that?
No, it hadn't been thrown, okay? I just
Oh,
want
it
to
hadn't.
correct you, okay?
Okay,
That was part of the
okay.
things I was mad is that at first was when I was upset was there's no question that thing should have came out sooner than it did, okay, in my estimation, okay? And I watched that stuff pretty close, so yeah, I thought it was a really bad hit, okay? And as bad as hit I've seen in my time here, or maybe as a head coach, going up at someone's head. And that's my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm always right. But yeah. And so, yeah. I don't know why it took so long to review it. I don't, it's like.
Coach, what made Texas' run game so effective today?
Well, number 5 is going to be like one of the first players drafted, okay? So, I mean, that starts probably there. And I think he showed that pretty well today. But, their offensive line play has been better. And like I said up front, I think they did a couple of things schematically to us we didn't handle well early in the first half. But they were putting hats on hats, and we weren't, a combination of pretty athletic people, some well execution, some missed tackles, and it's a recipe for a long day.
And did you anticipate Jalen coming out and just letting him work through the rust that him and the offense were going through?
I'm sorry, could you say that again, please?
So when Jalen Daniels came in, did you plan on just letting him work out the kinks throughout the whole game?
Yeah, and again, he had the one that was kind of in the interception right before the half. Obviously hurt us when they scored, but I mean, he's 17 for 26, or wasn't like, yeah, there are some throws you'd like to have, but I mean, for having over a month off of game competition, from that standpoint, you can see at times what he gives this football team, and the throw to. I mean, throw to Lawrence, the one to Mason Fairchild, the touch pass going down was like, that's a heck of a throw. So you're trying to give him the opportunity, if he's going to play these next 2 games, he's got to try to keep playing in that. And like I said, that was the balance of trying to get him playing time, trying to make sure he stays healthy, of course, but ignoring the score at the same time.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thank you.